Today I want to show you the power of the binary. Remember the binary plan? You may have seen it in the other video. It means there's two legs. With the binary plan, it is an infinite pay leg, which means it goes down hundreds, thousands of levels. It doesn't matter. There is no end to that leg. Now they do cap you at $100,000 a month on the binary, so I hope you can live with that. And we'll work with those numbers. But what I want to do today is I want to show you a very simple example. I want to show you how powerful the binary really is. Remember, there's only two legs, so when people come in, they go in the right or the left. Now, what I'm going to show you does not include spillover, your matching bonuses, or your future gifted business centers, depending on your levels. So, folks, the numbers I'm going to show you today, the possibilities are actually low. But here's what I'm going to ask you. What would you be willing to do to just get two people? That's what I want you to do. That's step one. You can buy leads. You don't have to talk to your friends. Would you be willing to make 5 phone calls, as an example, a day to leads? Because if you make 5 phone calls a day, that's $150 a month. I can virtually guarantee you, if you call 150 people that are interested in this type of business, you'll get 2. I think we could probably all agree on that. All you need to do, after all, is send them the videos. You could do email marketing. There's all kinds of things. But the fact is, if you don't have friends or family, don't worry. The fact is, what are you willing to do to get 2 people? And if you're willing to do that, take a look at what could happen. Here you are. This is you right over here. Okay, click over here. This is you. You get your 2, no matter what it takes. Your sponsor will help you. But remember, we have automated systems to help. You have 2 people in your group. We're going to use a 50 business volume. The reason we're using 50 is sometimes it's going to be 80, sometimes it's going to be 20. And if you add 80 and 20, that's 100. And you divide by 2, it's 50. So it's an average. There's 100 points. With 100 points, there's not enough to cycle, so there's no monthly payout. But now these 2 people got their 2 people. And remember, this is not about friends and family. This is about finding business people, which anybody can do if they choose to. That's the key words. All right? So now these people got their 2. There's 4. There's a total of 6 in your group. Total of 6 times 50 points is 300. And remember, you don't lose your points if you don't get them this month. So let's just assume that they're all there for that month. Now, 1.3 cycles technically would have taken place, which is really 1 cycle, but we're going to, say there's 1.3 just because we're doing this precisely. And so your monthly payout would be $30. In reality, it would be 24 because it would be 1 cycle, but again, we're going to work with decimals just so we can be precise. That's not very exciting, I'll admit. But let's take a look down what would happen. Remember, everybody's getting 2. Okay, so you say, again, is that realistic? Absolutely, it's realistic because, if you want to get 2, you can get 2. So take a look at what happens here. You're at $1,270 a month. And again, a very realistic number. Okay, now you're going to cap out at $960 as a senior associate. So you're going to cap out somewhere between these 2 levels. Now that's, again, assumes all you did was bring in 2 people. And they did the same. But never lose sight of the fact that we have ways to get 2 people, and if you're willing to work, you can do it. Anybody can do it. 2 people. And so at $960 a month, you're capped out, and so that's about $11,000 and change a year. That's not bad money. But now what happens if you get motivated and you say, hey, I want more than that? And you're willing to bring in 3, 4, 5, or 6 people. Well, folks, let's take a look at what happens when you go 7 levels down to 13 levels. Now, if you remember, the binary plan doesn't have a limit. Okay, in other words, it can go infinite levels. Now, yes, they do cap you at $100,000 a month, but I don't think anybody will complain about that. So let's take this down to level 13 and stop and think. If you're making $1,200 a month potentially at level 7, what would it be at level 13? Would it be double that? Would it be triple that? Would it be quadruple that? Well, let's find out what it would be. Now, assuming you qualify, folks, and again, qualification is key. At level 13, you'd have 16,000 people in your group, and your paycheck would be about $83,000, $82,000 a month. I don't know, does that excite you? Now, is this a realistic number? Absolutely. Why? Because there's only 2 legs. When people spill over from the top, folks, they have to go in either the right or the left leg, which means you benefit from your sponsor, and their sponsor, and their sponsor, and their sponsor, all the way up the line. Basically you can get 50% of the people your sponsor brings in, or their sponsor, or their sponsor, or their sponsor. So the spillover is going to be crazy. So is this an unrealistic number? No, it's not. Okay? Now, is this an unrealistic number? No, it's not. Now, the truth is this, folks, you have a little more qualification work to do to get to $81,000 or $82,000 a month. But if you look over here and you just say, hey, I want to be at $1,000 a month, that's 2 people. If you bring in 2 people and work with your 2 people to get 2, this is very realistic, this $1,000 or $960 a month. Any of these other levels you want to aspire to, trust me, you'll get there when you see the money. If you can, spend $10 or $15 or $20 to bring in 2 people with leads, let's say, well, now you know that if you want to bring in 8 people, you might have to spend, $80. Trust me, you'll want to do that because, the cap is roughly $8,000 a month when you have 8 people in the business. So, folks, you can do it. It's not hard to do, but let's just focus on 2 people getting 2 people. And good things can happen. And this gives you an idea of some of the good things that can happen. Remember, it doesn't include spillover. It doesn't include your matching bonuses. And it doesn't include your matching gifted business centers. Again, those are qualification levels that you need to do to get here. But as this, goal 1 is just simply to get 2 and help them get 2. Anybody can do it. So what are you willing to do to get yourself to $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month? Remember, the spillover is huge in a binary. So folks, let's get busy, let's get on board, and let's start making some money together. Join CDS, join the power of the binary, and take a look at this. Stop the video. This is realistic. No matter what anybody tells you, this is realistic money that you can make simply by getting 2, getting 2, getting 2. And again, remember, these higher numbers you're going to have to qualify for with getting, 3 or 4 or 5 or more people. But I just want to, say that. I don't want to mislead anybody in any way. But remember, senior associate means you cap out at $960 a month, but that only requires you to bring in 2. So maybe you're happy with $11,000 a year. That's a great number. But if you want to make $24,000 a year, bring in 1 more person. And remember, this is 2 getting 2. If you just brought in 1 more person, that gets you from $11,000 a year to about $24,000 max. So folks, get on board, get motivated, look at these numbers. It only takes 2 getting 2 to make a matrix look like this. And remember, this does not include your spillover. So your matrix is going to fill out very, very quickly. Come on board with CDS, get the CDRP, look at these numbers. They're not hype, they're realistic. Thanks for watching. Take care.